This is the Plumbing Museum in Watertown, Massachusetts. It's got a little bit of everything. But we came to talk about a wrench, the Stillson wrench. So Michael Fitzgerald has refashioned himself to become quite the expert at the wrench. How are you, my friend?
Nice to see you.
How did this happen?
Well.
How did you become an expert in this?
So I have a son who's interested in carpentry, and there are some tools in a cabinet in the basement, and I started looking through them, and one of the tools, well, several of the tools were wrenches. And I said, oh, this wrench is made in Boston in the early 19th century. How big a deal was that? And I just got really interested.
And you're a reporter.
I'm a journalist, and it turns out that they're really important, wrenches.
I know that, but tell us why you think they are.
Well, so this is sort of the foundation of modernity, if you will. We can't be modern if we don't have running water, because it keeps us safe and it keeps us healthy. So
you're speaking my language. Without
these tools, it's really hard to, as you know better than I, really hard to make pipes work. And without pipes, we don't have that. Without that network, we don't have anything else.
So let's put some historical context. So in the 1800s, the cities were growing like crazy, and people were moving into the cities, and they needed clean water to get to the buildings, right?
Right, and there were no public utilities of any sort, but there definitely weren't public water systems.
Right. And back at that point, everything we would be running might have been lead piping, where you would be pouring lead and shaping it and actually making the water piping, so you didn't need a wrench, right?
Right.
But as the Iron Age came and we had to now start cutting and threading pipes, either galvanized or brass, you needed different tools to try and join them together.
Exactly. And with advances in technology and standardization, we had to do things like this.
Right. So this is one of the first wrenches I ever saw. This is called pipe tongs. Now this is just like a pair of pliers nowadays, and you tighten them down onto it. And so it was the same issues you have with a pair of pliers, that when you go like this, you're really relying on how much strength do you have to hold that. And if you're not strong enough, it slips. And if you're too strong, you can actually squeeze it out around. Now, before that, if you only had a hub like this, any of these wrenches could work, because see, they had no teeth and they would fit there. But it became more of a challenge with the pipe like this. So these were some of the other ones, the chain wrenches that would actually tighten it up. But then along came a guy named Stillson.
Dan Stillson. He was a ship's mechanic in the Charlestown Navy Yard in the Civil War and on board ships as well. He is a mechanically gifted guy, kind of a mechanical genius, and he comes in one day with a wooden prototype of this new kind of wrench, this new tool, and the company's like, oh, this is really interesting. This looks like it could be really useful. They have him take it down to the machine shop that all the factories would have had at that time, and they gin up a prototype of it in steel, and they say, okay, you got a wrench, here's a pipe. Go off in this room and either come back with a broken pipe or a broken wrench. And he comes back with a broken pipe.
It was so strong.
We want this.
Right. So this is one of the original Stillsons? Which one?
This is a later model Stillson type wrench. This is a smaller one that's an actual Stillson.
So the key to it is, when you put it on, and you want to make sure you have what they call a three-corner bite, that you go here, 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 and here. There is no way for it to slip. The more effort you put onto it, the more it tightens up, and because it's got the three corners, it doesn't take it out around, and that was the difference. And then he also invented this release, because otherwise, if it didn't, you wouldn't be able to get it off, so it always could be released after the fact. So that was the real breakthrough.
And I think for your predecessors in that era who were inventing plumbing, the other thing that's really cool about this tool is that it replaces like all these other things on this wall.
Absolutely. You know what? This wrench built in 1869, I've got an 8-inch one, I got a 12, a 24, I go up to 36, and I've had them forever, and I'm going to have them forever. And I know my grandsons are going to have them too. Thanks for all your expertise.
It's a perfect invention. It's great to be with you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you'd like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.